Hey, Home Business Academy Freedom Crusaders! Deborah here. I will introduce myself really quick. I am a founding member of the Home Business Academy, and since January of 2013, I have been Mike Hobbs's virtual assistant. So, as part of what I help him with, I see the support questions that come in from the HBA. This message came in from Jerome, and he says, "Hi, I just joined the Academy a few days ago. I was invited by Tricia Smith." Way to go, Tricia! "I'm attempting to build a Facebook fan page, so I have a question about Mike's Facebook fan page posts. Mike's posts are fantastic." Thank you, Jerome. Obviously, I'm doing something right if you're noticing. "They consist of content regarding health, Bitcoin, and motivation. The info is mostly contained in an 800 by 800 sized frame of some sort. It looks like it's about the size of a timeline photo. Since I'm new to the Academy, I have not seen where this is covered in the course material. So, can you please share with me how those are done? Thanks, Jerome." And Mike replied back to Jerome and said, "I usually have Deborah do my images if she has any insight for you. So I wanted to share my insight." But Mike also points you in the right direction, and he says, "We do have some training in the Academy under the Skill Set Core Low Tech section. Simple, free, unlimited leads with Facebook training in video number 3. And Paul did a really great job on that training. He gets deeper than I probably would have taken yet. He goes into some really fun phone apps, and when I do Mike's stuff, I keep it really simple. So I thought it might really be fun for you to look over my shoulder and see what I do for Mike. Mike's page obviously has been there a long time. He has developed a good following. Pages have changed a lot over the last several years, and it's really hard to get organic reach anymore. They usually only show it to people if you are paying for them to show it to people. However, we want to keep the page alive. And some things have changed with Mike's strategy on the page. I used to go in and just do image quotes, just kind of haphazardly, if you would. They're always inspirational, but there wasn't a lot of rhyme and reason. And Jerome pointed out that now the images are consisting of health, Bitcoin, and motivation. 3 things that Mike is really passionate about. And this came to be kind of dialed in because Mike has 3 Instagram accounts. One is called Mike Hobbs. The other one is called Crypto Prosperity. And the third one has to do with Get Lean Plan is what the title of it is. And of course it has to be with health and wellness because Mike is passionate about that as well. So since we had to create images for the Instagram accounts, it didn't make any sense to be creating separate images for the Facebook account to keep it alive. So we have a dual purpose going on there. And that's why you're seeing what you're seeing there. So over here on Mike's page, I will show you that he doesn't get the number of shares that Paul's strategy in the training shows you. And I don't know if Paul was doing it from a page or if he was doing it from his personal profile. But keep in mind, again, like I said, this is to keep the page alive and running. Mike does have a lot of people who follow him. I'll check in with him to see what's going on. Stick with me till the end. And I've got a little bit of a secret for you that will shortcut some of your work. Paul introduced you in the training to Canva, and I love Canva. Canva is just an excellent resource. And I do use this social media 800 by 800 pixels because it fits perfectly almost both the Facebook platform and the Instagram. And you know Facebook owns Instagram, and a new feature appeared on my phone this week And I'll show that to you in just a minute when we get over to Instagram and I show you what I do over there. So we select that. Paul introduced you to Pixabay, and I love Pixabay. I have used Pixabay for years. Really beautiful, high resolution photos that are free for public use. The other one that I have found that I like is called Unsplash. And Unsplash is an area where photographers, sometimes you'll find them on both platforms, which is kind of fun, but the two platforms aren't identical, so sometimes you'll find things on Unsplash that aren't available on Pixabay. So just another resource, high resolution photos that are free for you to use. So I need to do, let's look for food. We're going to do one for Saturday on being lean, and so we're going to look for some healthy food. When I look for images, I like these empty spaces. I like them a lot because that's where I like to put the text. I rarely put text on top of the images, and when I do, I have just about faded out that image so all you're getting is just the gist of it. So here's an image I like. Let's try this one. Let's see if we can find a quote about healthy eating that would work with this image. We're going to upload it, and so we just go back over to Canva, click on Uploads, and then you've got it down here if you're using Chrome. And that will just show up right here, and you can just drag and drop it right back up. When it gets the green line there, you can click on the image and it pops over. Now, here's where the magic happens. You can either use it just like this, and you could put your text quote over here. Just choose a background, any color, switch it up. But because I have this white space right here, I'm just going to take the image and I'm just going to pull it. I can pull, manipulate, move however I want. And this way, didn't quite get it over there. There you go. Now I can use this empty space for text. So to get ideas about healthy eating, I'll just put in like something in the search like healthy eating quotes. Sometimes it'll give you images like eat to nourish your body. That's a good one. You don't even have to quote anybody. You're just getting somebody's attention, letting them know what you're about for that day on your Instagram account. Let's try 50 best quotes. I like this one, and since it's anonymous, I'm going to leave off the not in Washington. I'm just going to say true healthcare reform starts in your kitchen. I like that. So we have all of our text choices. They have some nice templates down here, but I'm just going to choose like a mid-sized one, and then I'll switch out the font. And I like the fonts to be really easy to read. So on that quote back there, I did a Control-C, and now I'm going to drop in a Control-V, copy and paste it right in there. And we're going to select a font. I like Ubuntu. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but I like that one a lot because it's just so clear and crisp. And I like to make them, I try to take them up to at least 32, if not higher. just really want it to pop. And you can place your cursor there and then do a shift return, and that will put it where you want it. And I think on this one, go up here to the color, and it'll really pop a little more if you select the black. For some reason they have a little bit of a gray in that black by default. But because this has red, we're going to choose some red. That's not bright enough red for me, so I'm going to go up here to this plus, and I'm going to pull the red over into the middle. Then I'm going to pull it over and darken it up even more. Okay, let's try that. Let's bold it. Yeah, now we got something going on. Maybe it needs to be a little bit lighter. Kind of match the tomatoes there. That's good. Okay, so that was it. That simple, that easy. And so now we can download it. So now it's in the download area of my hard drive. And I'm going to go over to Mike's page, and I'm going to queue it up and have it all ready to appear tomorrow morning. And sometimes this is a really short blurb, so I'm going to write the whole thing out. And then on Facebook, I'll do a training in a little while about hashtags and pop it in here so that you kind of know when to use hashtags and how many and what platform to use them on. On Facebook, when you're doing a post, you don't want more than 2 hashtags. So 1 or 2 hashtags. We're going to put healthy lifestyle. And superfood. And upload the image. So Monday through Friday, Mike has his images show up on his fan page at 7 a.m. Mountain Time, and on the weekends we do it at 10 a.m. So we're going to use the scheduling button right here in Facebook. No fancy planners needed. (10 a.m.) schedule for the 24th. And there we are. So it shows us that we have that one scheduled post. That will show up right here tomorrow at 10 a.m. And then at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, I will go over to Instagram and I will post it to his Instagram account. So I want to show you, because I think it's helpful to see something that doesn't work as well to help you appreciate what it is that you need to do so it will work well. I have followed this gentleman, and I'm going to block out his name so that you can't see it. I have followed this gentleman for a while, and every time I'm scrolling through my Instagram feed, I kind of shudder because the images are beautiful, but you can't make out the text very well. Like right here, that's really difficult to see. It probably shows up better when it's bigger. Right here, the white text doesn't work on the white snow. I think that we need to keep some of these things in mind as we're creating our images. Here is Mike's Instagram. And let me show you what I do here. So on his Facebook page, we'll scroll up, and this is the image for today. And you tap on the image with your thumb, and you see those 3 little buttons up above. You tap there, and you click on Save Photo, and that just saved the photo directly to your phone. Then I X out here, and I will tap on the text at the top where it says eCurrency based. Tap Copy, and then we switch over to Instagram, and we click on the plus button at the bottom, and that's the one we want. We choose Next at the top right. And if you look down below, you've got all those filters. If it wasn't popping enough, you could choose something else, make it pop even more. But I like the original. And then you'll hit Next. And then you'll tap your finger where it says Write a Caption. And you'll paste. And this is where you would say OK, and it would post it to that account. I'm not going to do that because this isn't the account to post it on. I'm not on the crypto account, and I've already done it for today. So then I'll go down and I'll find the most recent image. And in the first comment, you can see that there's 4 comments there, so I'll tap on 4 comments. You see in the first comment, so here's our little blurb, don't you dare underestimate, #instinct, and then I find 11. So in Instagram, you want 11 or more hashtags. Like I said, I'll do another training just on hashtags maybe in the next week and put it in here for you. And then you'll know when to use hashtags and when not to use hashtags and some other little secrets for yourself. And that's assuming that you have these kind of social media accounts already set up that you're working on. If you don't have these social media accounts already set up, then do your Facebook prospecting first and then reward yourself by spending time on your social media, getting those squared away. It takes me between 10 and 15 minutes, usually in the evening, to create an image, and most of them are 10 minutes. Sometimes I'll run into a few more minutes if I'm doing some fancy stuff or editing photos. And then in the morning, it takes between 3 and 5 minutes to pull the image over from the fan page on my phone. Sometimes I don't even get out of bed to do this. That was too much information. And, you know, post it over there on Instagram, put up the hashtags, and then we're off to the races. So earlier I mentioned a new feature that was showing up on my phone this week. So if we go over here to Mike's Instagram account, this is the most recent post, has the tiger on it. Don't you dare to underestimate the power of your own instinct. And that's a quote from Barbara Corcoran. And somebody commented, beautiful tiger. So here's the comments that are on there. So now if we leave Instagram and we go over to the Facebook page, this Instagram account is attached to Mike's Facebook page, and this icon showed up this week. So this first one is direct messages to the Facebook page. This one is comments happening on a post on Facebook. This one is comments happening to a post that is connected to that account from Instagram. So cool new feature. So I wanted to show you that one. And then I promised a secret. Are you ready? So here's the secret. If you're just getting your own Facebook page started and you're looking for images and you're still learning how to make your own and figuring out how Canva works, you can come over here because all of these images that I have created for Mike were done with images that are in the public domain, and none of them are copyrighted, so you can swipe them and put them on your own page. And because there's literally hundreds that I have created, you have a lot to choose from. If you're in the health and wellness, this will probably work well for you. If you just like inspirational stuff, that'll work well for you. And it can give you a boost on getting your own page started while you're learning how to make the images yourself. You can right-click on the image, save image as, and save it to your hard drive. And then you can take the image and upload it over here in Canva. Then you can drop your own watermark on that photo if you wish. So people think it's yours. They won't know any different. So when I do this, I usually drop DebPal. As the watermark. DebPal is the name of my own personal Instagram. And my watermarks are always identical. I always use the same. This is, part of that little part of a branding strategy so that it's consistent. People are accustomed to seeing the same thing all the time. And sometimes I hide them even, like in the stripes of the tiger. I've been known to take my watermark and be really subtle with it. So however that works for you, however you want to do it, or if you want it to be, front and center where people can see it. I once did a watermark along the side of an image quote, and it was for the makeup industry, and it had my website address along the side, and I got the biggest giggle when a lady that knows me from a competing makeup line swiped my image and put it on her own Instagram. I just got the biggest charge out of that because I don't know that people would see that watermark address along the side, but the fact that she didn't notice it and she was almost promoting me in direct competition. It was just a little giggle on my part. It's kind of fun to see people swipe your image. I hope that you have fun creating images. I hope you find it as therapeutic as I do. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.